All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're diving deep into a data-backed guide for building a YouTube channel that's actually truly profitable. We're going to challenge a lot of the common advice you've probably heard a million times, and we're going to show you what the data really says works. So let's start by questioning the one thing everyone seems to be chasing.
You know when you think YouTube success, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For most people, it's this, right? The silver play button, the gold play button, that big dream of hitting 1 million subscribers. But here's the question. Is chasing a massive audience the only way, or is it even the best way to build a real sustainable business on this platform?
Well, the answer, when you look at the channels that are quietly making serious money, is a huge, resounding no. Turns out the race for subscribers is often just a distraction from what actually moves the needle.
So let's just rip the Band-Aid off and bust the biggest myth on YouTube. This idea that your #1 goal should be getting a huge subscriber count, it's not just a little off, it can be a trap that leads you down a really long, frustrating, and frankly, unprofitable path.
I mean, just think about this for a second. There are tons of creators out there with fewer than 10,000 subscribers who have built income streams that absolutely crush channels with over 100,000 subs. So, how is that even possible? Well, it's because they're not focused on vanity metrics. They're focused on building an actual business. And this really gets to the heart of it. Success isn't about getting millions of views for the sake of views. It's about having a smart business system running in the background underneath your channel. Like the slide says, you gotta monetize with strategy and data, not just with eyeballs. And that brings us to what is maybe the most important mindset shift you can possibly make. You've got to stop chasing a huge, passive audience and start cultivating a smaller, super engaged, and incredibly valuable one. Okay, this slide just lays it out perfectly. You've got two paths. On the left, that's the old way. It's a hamster wheel. You're just chasing subs, praying for good AdSense revenue, attracting random people who just pass by, and you are a complete slave to the algorithm. The path on the right, that's about building a real business. You focus on the quality of your audience, you build your own products, and you attract your ideal clients. You don't want passersby, you want buyers.
So where do you even start? Well, it all begins with your niche. The data shows, time and time again, that the most profitable channels tend to fall into one of three buckets: health, money, or technology. And why is that? It's simple, really. People in these areas have urgent, painful problems that they are more than willing to pay money to solve. Okay, so you found your niche, you're building a valuable audience, now what? How do you actually turn them into customers without being all pushy and salesy? Well, it all comes down to a really interesting psychological framework for building deep trust over time. It's called the 4-7-11 rule, and the core idea is pretty simple. Nobody trusts or buys from someone after just one interaction. I mean, think about it in real life. Real connection takes time. It takes multiple touch points in different places. So let's break this down. The rule suggests that for someone to really get to know you, they need to see you on at least 4 different platforms. They need to spend around 7 hours consuming your content, your videos, your podcasts, whatever, to start seeing you as an authority. And they need about 11 different touch points, things like you replying to their comment, them getting an email from you, or downloading a free guide to finally feel comfortable enough to pull out their wallet. This is the system, right here, that turns a cold viewer into a loyal customer. And notice, it has absolutely nothing to do with your subscriber count. All right, let's talk about growth. Instead of just guessing what the algorithm wants this week, you need to start treating data as your co-pilot. Seriously, your YouTube studio is a goldmine of information that's literally telling you exactly what you should do next. And one of the most shocking and frankly most important pieces of data is right here on this slide. We spend hours, maybe even days, agonizing over our video content, but the data shows that the packaging, your thumbnail, and your title is responsible for a whopping 50% of a video's success. Half! I mean, think of it this way. If your video is the amazing gift inside the box, the thumbnail and title are the wrapping paper. If the wrapping is boring or confusing, nobody is ever going to open it, no matter how awesome the gift is inside. This means you should probably be spending about half your creation time just on that packaging. It's that important.
Look, the game isn't about hitting a home run with every single video. That's impossible. It's about making a tiny 1% improvement each and every time. Dive into your analytics. Ask yourself, okay, which thumbnails are getting the best click-through rate? Which topics are keeping people watching longer? Find what works, do more of that, and ditch what doesn't. It's this constant cycle of iteration that creates a powerful snowball effect over time.
And this leads us to the final and honestly the most critical piece of this entire puzzle. YouTube is an incredible tool for finding an audience, but, and this is a big but, it should not be the foundation of your business. For real, long-term security, you have to build assets that you own and you control.
This is one of the most powerful phrases in the online business world. Don't build your business on rented land. Your YouTube channel? That's rented land. The platform can change the algorithm tomorrow, they can demonetize you, they can even delete your channel overnight. You're playing in their sandbox by their rules.
So the ultimate strategy here is to use YouTube as a bridge to move your most dedicated fans from that rented land onto platforms that you actually control. We're talking about building your email list, that's huge, creating a private community, driving traffic to your own website where you can sell your own products. This is how you build a business that can weather any storm.
Okay, we have covered a ton of ground, and we've challenged some really big ideas. So let's bring it all together into a clear, simple, actionable checklist that you can use to start building your channel the right way, starting today.
Okay, here it is. Number 1, define your profitable niche and who your ideal client is. 2, create valuable, evergreen content that solves their specific problems. 3, spend half your time crafting irresistible titles and thumbnails. 4, use your data to get just 1% better with every single video. 5, systematically move your best viewers to your own email list. And finally, number 6, diversify your income way beyond just AdSense. This, right here, is the blueprint.
So I'll just leave you with this final question. The old way was about being a YouTuber, a content creator. The new, profitable way is about being the CEO of a media company, where your YouTube channel is just one very important piece of the puzzle. The only question left is, are you ready to step into that role?